Most people look at Sigma males and think he's just built different, quiet, focused, calm even when the world is falling apart. They move with purpose. They don't follow trends. They avoid drama. And yet, there's something else. Something deeper. Something spiritual. What if the reason Sigma males seem protected isn't just mindset, but something higher? In a world full of confusion, noise, and temptation, Sigma males stand out for their ability to stay grounded. They don't let the world define them. They don't lose themselves in chaos. While others are chasing attention, Sigma males step back. And somehow, even through storms and struggle, they keep their path straight. That doesn't happen by accident. Some would say it's discipline. Some would say it's personality. But for those who look deeper, it starts to look like guidance, like grace, like a quiet hand over their life that keeps them from falling too far. A shield they didn't ask for, but one that's always there. Now, this isn't about being perfect. Sigma males go through pain. They face heartbreak, loss, rejection, and failure. But they don't drown in it. They rise. Again and again. And the way they rise, that's what makes people wonder. What's holding him up? Why does he keep standing when most would collapse? That's what this video is about. We're going to look at 6 signs that God shields Sigma males from darkness. These signs aren't loud. They don't scream for attention. But they're powerful. Because when you see them, you realize there's something sacred about the way Sigma males walk through life. Like they're walking with protection most can't see. Each sign reveals a part of the deeper connection between spiritual resilience and Sigma behavior. Whether you're a believer or someone searching for meaning, these signs speak to something we all feel deep down, that some people are being led, even when they don't know it. So if you've ever looked at a Sigma male and thought, how does he stay so steady? Or if you are a Sigma and you've felt protected in ways you can't explain, this is for you. Let's explore the signs that point to something divine behind the strength. Sign number 1, unshakable inner peace. When chaos hits most people, they panic. They shout. They break. But Sigma males often respond with silence. Not numbness, peace. It's not that they don't feel the pressure. They just don't let it take over. And that kind of calm doesn't come from logic alone. It comes from something deeper. This inner peace shows up in crisis. When people lose jobs, relationships, or direction, most spiral. The Sigma male? He steps back. He thinks. He listens. He breathes. His peace isn't fake, it's steady. And in a loud world, that kind of peace stands out. Where does it come from? Many believe it's spiritual, a sign that the Sigma male is being protected from the inside. While others chase distractions, the Sigma returns to stillness. While others need constant advice, he listens inward. That connection to his own spirit or to God becomes his compass. It's what keeps him grounded when life tilts off balance. This peace isn't easy to explain, but it's easy to feel. People notice it right away. They say things like, "You're always calm," or "Nothing seems to shake you." What they're really noticing is spiritual steadiness. It's not about emotion, it's about alignment. Sigma males often avoid chaos, not just to stay safe, but to stay clean. They don't let fear rule them. They don't let pressure change them. And this peace helps them make better choices. They don't rush. They don't react. They respond with focus. Some people meditate for years to find this level of calm. Others chase peace through substances, distractions, or fake positivity. But the Sigma doesn't need any of that. His peace is quiet and real. It comes from somewhere higher. That's why people are drawn to him. His presence soothes rooms. His energy calms tension. And the reason why? He's not operating on his own strength alone. There's something bigger holding him steady. Even when things fall apart, the Sigma male knows, this moment won't break me. That faith, spoken or unspoken, is the shield. It's a peace that makes others pause and wonder, how is he so calm when the world's falling apart? That's not just personality. That's protection. Sign number 2, quiet moral compass. Sigma males don't talk about their values. They live them. They don't preach about right and wrong. They just walk a straight line, even when no one's watching. That quiet moral compass is one of the clearest signs that something higher is guiding them. Most people bend to fit the room they're in. They shift opinions. They change faces. But not the Sigma. He holds steady. He knows what he believes. He knows what's right. And even when it costs him, he doesn't change. That kind of strength isn't taught in school. It's not learned from books. It's something planted deep inside. Some call it intuition. Others call it conscience. But many believe it's divine. It shows up in decisions that no one sees. Turning down the easy money. Walking away from shady deals. Refusing to join toxic circles. The Sigma doesn't explain his choices, he just makes them. And later, when people look back, they realize he saw something they didn't. That's discernment. That's wisdom. And for many, it's proof that he's being guided. This moral compass also protects him from corruption. In places where power or influence could twist others, the Sigma stays clean. Not because he's scared, but because he's led. He knows that some lines can't be crossed without losing who you are. Even in relationships, this shows. The Sigma doesn't use charm to manipulate. He doesn't play games. He values honesty, respect, and space. And even if someone tries to pull him into lies, he steps away. Not loudly. Not with drama. Just with quiet conviction. That's how you know it's real. A lot of people talk about doing the right thing. The Sigma just does it. And he doesn't need a crowd or applause to do it. That's what makes it powerful. That kind of moral strength is hard to fake. It's consistent. It's calm. And it often goes unrecognized until much later, when the storm has passed and the dust clears, and people realize he never wavered. For those who believe in God, this looks like covering, a spiritual hand guiding his steps, keeping his path clear. Not perfect, but protected. Because while others lose themselves chasing quick wins, the Sigma male stays true. And that truth? That's not just personality. That's purpose. Sign number 3. Resistance to temptation. In a world full of shortcuts, pleasures, and distractions, most people get pulled off course. It's easy to fall for what looks good in the moment. But Sigma males? They seem different. They walk past the bait. They resist the noise. They don't take the easy way out. That kind of self-control isn't normal. And it's not always natural. It looks a lot like divine resistance, like something greater is helping them stay clear of traps. Temptation comes in all forms. Fast money. Toxic relationships. Fake success. Ego boosts. It's everywhere. And the truth is, no one's blind to it. Sigma males see it all. But what makes them different is how little it moves them. They're not interested in shallow wins. They're not drawn to what shines without substance. And when others chase after empty rewards, the Sigma stands still. It's not that he doesn't want success or pleasure. It's that he sees the cost behind the mask. And that insight protects him. People often wonder how Sigma males stay out of trouble. They don't party for approval. They don't sell out for quick gains. And they don't chase validation through cheap thrills. That kind of restraint isn't just mindset. It's spiritual muscle. Some might say he's just disciplined. But there are moments of real pressure when discipline alone isn't enough. When temptation looks personal. When falling would be easy. And yet the Sigma holds the line. In those moments, something more is at work. This resistance also comes from knowing what matters most. Sigma males think long-term. They value legacy over likes. They'd rather suffer for what's right than succeed doing what's wrong. That kind of clarity comes from within, but it also feels like it's been gifted. You can see it when others try to tempt them. Fake friends. Fast paths. Cheap talk. The Sigma doesn't argue. He doesn't brag. He just walks away. That stillness, that refusal to compromise, comes from a place most people don't tap into. Even when no one's watching, the Sigma male does the hard thing. He avoids the trap. And he keeps his soul clean. That doesn't mean he never struggles, but it means he chooses what lasts over what's easy. That choice, again and again, shows a kind of divine help. Like something is pushing him toward the light, even when the dark looks more fun. That's not luck. That's grace. Sign number 4, prudent isolation. Most people avoid being alone. They fear it. They think silence means weakness. But Sigma males? They seek it. They retreat often. And they grow in the quiet. This isn't social anxiety or introversion, it's something deeper. A kind of chosen isolation that feels guided, almost prophetic. When the world gets loud, the Sigma steps back. When people move in crowds, he moves away. He's not trying to be different. He's protecting something. His clarity. His peace. His focus. And often that isolation ends up saving him. He doesn't get caught in gossip because he's not around for it. He doesn't join bad movements because he's not trying to fit in. He doesn't get pulled into peer pressure because he's already far from the noise. This distance is wise. And wisdom in many faiths is seen as a gift from God. While others stay busy just to feel alive, the Sigma male rests in the stillness. He thinks. He prays. He writes. He plans. That space allows him to hear things others miss. Ideas. Warnings. Lessons. And over time, that makes him stronger. People may not understand it. They may think he's cold or distant. But isolation doesn't weaken him. It shapes him. And that shaping protects him from trouble before it even comes. When something feels off, the Sigma male senses it. He doesn't always know why, but he knows when to leave, when to stop, and when to wait. That kind of timing feels divine. Like there's a whisper guiding him through the fog. He often avoids friendships that would drag him down. He escapes deals that would trap him. And he walks away from situations that later fall apart. To most people, that looks like luck. But to the Sigma male, it's discernment. And for those who believe, discernment comes from God. This kind of solitude isn't lonely. It's intentional. It's how the Sigma hears what others block out. And that hearing gives him strength. Because sometimes what looks like distance is actually protection. Sign number 5. Compassion in solitude. Sigma males may be lone wolves, but they're not heartless. In fact, some of the deepest compassion comes from men who spend a lot of time alone. And that's true for the Sigma. His kindness doesn't need attention. His generosity doesn't need applause. He gives without the need to be seen. That quiet compassion reveals something sacred in his spirit. He may not speak loudly about his values, but he lives them. Helping someone in need. Listening when no one else will. Protecting people quietly. The Sigma male does these things without turning them into a performance. That's how you know it's real. This kind of love is different from flashy kindness. It doesn't need followers or fans. It works in the background. It's humble. It's soft-spoken. And many times, it's the kind of compassion that feels touched by something holy. Sigma males feel deeply, even if they don't show it. And that depth leads to real care. They don't love everyone, but when they do, it's deep. Loyal. Steady. That kind of love, forged in silence, is often stronger than loud affection. This trait becomes more obvious in hard times. The Sigma doesn't turn away when things get messy. He stays. Supports. Acts. Even if no one sees it. That willingness to show up without reward reflects a kind of divine calling. He may never get credit. He may never be thanked. But he doesn't care. His compassion comes from something bigger than recognition. Faith traditions teach that true love is shown in action. And the Sigma's quiet love speaks volumes. Not through words, but through presence. You'll see it when he gives without being asked. When he forgives even when he's hurt. When he protects someone without needing a title or a reason. Those moments show the spiritual strength behind his stillness. And that strength doesn't come from ego. It comes from purpose. In a world full of noise and fake kindness, the Sigma male's quiet compassion shines brighter than most people ever notice. But those who feel it never forget it. Because it's the kind of love that feels bigger than one man. It feels like a message sent through him. And that message? You are not alone. Sign number 6. Resilience. After trauma Sigma, males don't live easy lives. They go through heartbreak, failure, betrayal, and deep disappointment. But the difference is, they don't stay broken. They rise. Quietly. Slowly. Fully. This ability to come back stronger isn't just mental toughness. It looks like something greater is working in the background. A kind of grace that holds them up when everything falls apart. People often say, he's so strong, or nothing breaks him. But if you ask the Sigma male, he'll tell you he's been broken. He's just not staying there. And that shift from pain to power, that's the sign. Where most people collapse under pressure, the Sigma transforms. He doesn't forget the hurt. He grows through it. That transformation, where wounds become wisdom, is something spiritual. In times of crisis, it's easy to lose your way. But the Sigma uses those moments to realign. He doesn't run from pain. He sits with it, learns from it. And somehow, instead of becoming bitter, he becomes better. That kind of healing isn't just willpower. It feels like guidance. He's not the kind of man who talks about his battles. But if you watch him closely, you'll see it. In the way he treats people. In the way he walks into hard situations. In the way he stands up when others would stay down. That's resilience. But not just physical or emotional, it's spiritual. There are moments when everything around him falls apart. Jobs lost. Friends gone. Family broken. And still the Sigma moves forward, one quiet step at a time, and the peace that follows him as he walks again. That's not man-made. It's like something unseen is walking with him, shielding him, not from the pain, but from the darkness that could follow it. And that difference is everything, because many suffer, but not all grow. Sigma males turn breakdowns into breakthroughs. They build stronger walls with the bricks that were thrown at them. They turn scars into signals that remind them of who they are and who they'll never be again. That kind of strength is rare, and in many ways sacred. When you see a Sigma who's calm after a storm, understand this: he's not cold. He's been carried, not by the world, but by something higher. The strength of the Sigma male isn't just about being different. It's about being protected, covered, shielded from the kind of darkness that swallows others whole. We've seen 6 signs that point to something greater guiding him: his unshakable peace, his quiet moral compass, his resistance to temptation, his wise isolation, his humble compassion, and his resilience through trauma. None of these are flashy. None are loud. But each one reveals something powerful, a life watched over. Many people look at Sigma males and wonder how they keep walking in a world that tries to pull everyone down. How they keep calm in chaos. How they keep clean in a dirty system. The answer isn't always found in personality or willpower. Sometimes it's spiritual. Because when you live a life of purpose, peace, and discipline, and you do it without praise or attention, it looks like someone else is walking with you. Someone you can't see, but someone who sees you. Not every Sigma male may realize it. Some may not speak in faith, but their life speaks anyway. And it says this: you've been protected. Not from pain, but from being lost in it. So if you're watching this and you recognize these signs in yourself or someone you know, don't ignore it. There's a reason. A reason you're still standing. A reason you didn't give up. A reason you've seen the worst and chose to rise. Maybe that reason is you. But maybe, just maybe, it's something bigger. Because some men aren't just strong. They're shielded,